Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for Thursday, September 11, 2025. And in the news this evening, JJ found dead in open lot in Spanish Town. The body of a man was found face down in a pile of garbage in an open lot in the community of Clayton Heights, located along St. John's Road in Spanish Town, St. Catherine, on Wednesday night. He has been identified as 24-year-old customer service representative Quan Thomas, otherwise called the JJ, and the ends-man of a St. John's Road address. According to police reports, around 10:18 p.m., explosions were heard in the area and the police were called. Upon arrival, cops found Thomas's body lying face down in a pile of rubbish in an open lot. The body had gunshot wounds to the upper body. It was subsequently removed to the Spanish Town Hospital. No motive has yet been established in connection with Thomas's death. The Spanish Town Criminal Investigation Branch is investigating the matter. The people of Manchester prefer me as a mayor, says PNP's Donovan Mitchell. Defeated People's National Party candidate Donovan Mitchell has conceded his loss to the Jamaica Labour Party's Rhoda Crawford, claiming the people of Manchester prefer him in his capacity as mayor of Mandeville.
People to make their lives better and enhance the lives of those who need our help. We are here to do the work in our various provisions and hope, and as we move into our work coming from the recess, all of us would be fresh. I would have gotten some rest, right? Council Brown. You would have gotten some rest, right? You're correct, right? I know most of us would have been on the campaign trail, irrespective of the side they're on. And so I want to congratulate the winners and to say well done to those who have fought very well. As for me, the people of Central Manchester said it's better for me to sit as mayor. And so this morning I accept that wish from the people and ask that we continue to do the work of the parish and the work of Jamaica land we love. This morning and in the campaign, on the campaign, there were two things I heard, which I don't know if we'll have some discussion now or wait first, later on. Probably not this meeting, but another meeting, because I hear about one world authority and centralizing entertainment matters. But just to state that under the place of the regulations and all that is vested in the councils. So any move to remove such authority from the councils will have to go through Parliament and go through a whole other thing. And if you remove roads from us, remove entertainment regulations from us, it is simple. Close down the municipalities. Because what else would the municipalities have to do apart from taking care of the poor and indigent? And at one time there was a one-stop shop to talk about building plans and all that. That is not what the persons or the electors of the parish is for. They expect from us to serve them to the best of our ability. But if we remove from us authority, then there can be no service. So this morning, councillors, as we meet, we have a whole lot to think of. We know that good sense will prevail and that those were only gimmicks or promises made on the campaign and all that, but the people's business will come first.
Bomb scare at the Seaview Gardens police station. A bomb scare at the Seaview Gardens police station in St. Andrew on Wednesday afternoon forced an emergency sweep of the compound after someone claimed an explosive device had been planted there. According to police reports, the call came in around 3:20 p.m. from a man, triggering immediate security protocols and the dispatch of emergency teams. After thorough checks, no device was found. Investigators are now hunting the hoaxer caller responsible for the scare. PNP considers action to address irregularities in Prime Minister's constituency. People's National Party President Mark Golding says that the party is examining the next step to address what he deemed as irregularities in the St. Andrew West Central constituency during the September 3 general election. Golding, however, did not disclose the nature of the alleged irregularities. In the case of West Central St. Andrew, however, the nature of the irregularities which took place there is being carefully scrutinized in anticipation of a case being brought to the constituted authority for appropriate relief. I won't be able to answer more questions on that today. That matter is with our lawyers, Golding said while speaking at a press conference at the PNP headquarters on Thursday. Jamaica Labour Party leader Andrew Holness was declared the winner of St. Andrew West Central, amassing 7,054 votes, while the PNP's Paul Buchanan secured 4,953 votes. In the meantime, Golding noted that, after careful review of the official election results, the party will not be pursuing a magisterial recount for the other 62 constituencies, having waited for the final count to establish the official results in each constituency, including ascertaining the number of spoiled or rejected ballots and how these were apportioned between the two parties. The advice that we have received from our lawyers who attended the final count is that a magisterial recount is unlikely to change the outcome in any of the seats, he said. Supreme Court grants interim injunction barring police commissioner from removing POA chairman. The Supreme Court has granted an interim injunction blocking Commissioner of Police Dr. Kevin Blake from removing Senior Superintendent Wayne Cameron as the chairman of the Police Officers Association. It marks an escalation of a spat between Jamaica's police chief and a high-ranking officer that has been playing out in public. The injunction was granted by Justice Natalie Hart-Hines during an ex parte hearing on Wednesday following an application by Lamar Neal, the attorney representing Cameron. An ex parte hearing involves only the person making the application without the opposing party being present. The injunction included a penal notice with a warning to Blake and his subordinates. If you, Commissioner of Police, fail to comply with the terms of this order, you will be in contempt of court and may be liable to be imprisoned or have your assets confiscated, read the penal notice. Further, any person notified of this order who knowingly assists in or permits a breach of this order will be in contempt of court and may be liable to have their assets confiscated, it added. The injunction will remain in place until at least October 8, when the Supreme Court is scheduled to hear from both sides in an inter partes hearing. An application for leave to seek a judicial review of the police commissioner's decision to remove Cameron as the chairman of the POA will also be heard on that date. In a public statement on Monday, the police communication arm said Blake had directed that the chair of the POA be vacated. The statement said, too, that the current holder of the office would no longer be granted audience with the police high command and would not be permitted to represent the police force outside of official duties. The high command is concerned that reports of alleged indiscipline and misconduct by the chairman may compromise the conduct of the POA, particularly at a time when the organization is required to engage in highly technical salary and benefits negotiations with the government of Jamaica, said the statement. It did not provide details of the alleged misconduct. The directives by the police commissioner came after Cameron filed a report with the Police Services Commission in January this year containing several allegations leveled against Blake, multiple law enforcement sources have revealed. The statement from the police indicated that, in the interim, the remaining members of the POA executive will appoint a chairman pro tem to lead the association in a special general meeting for the purpose of electing a new executive in accordance with established conventions. But the Supreme Court granted a stay of the implementation of this decision pending the inter-parties hearing. An interim injunction is granted restraining the respondent, whether acting in concert by himself, his servants, and/or agents, or otherwise howsoever, from directing or causing to be convened any meeting of the Police Officers Association for the purpose of removing the applicant as a chairman and appointing a chairman pro tem, or otherwise the court ordered. Thank you everyone for watching. See you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for another news update.